Oh, shit. Mate, I'm talking from way over here. I think I managed to find your brother. He didn't exactly seem happy to see me. Yep, you found Big Brother, alright. You've been protective of me ever since we were little. I know I'm probably overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to come talk to him? I don't think he'll tell me anything on my own. You want me to help? You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family's been acting so strangely. Even my own brother's keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. Sure, I'll come with you, Aito. I keep mixing it up. Is it Ito or Aito? I'm gonna call her... I'm not gonna call her anything. If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me on my way. But if you're there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything. Are you sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, Mai. No, no more. No more stupid little Mai. I'd rather be hurt and know than happy and ignorant. But before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days, if she doesn't know where I am, it can really set her off. Alright, we'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, Mai. Yay, she's my partner now. She's my sidekick. What was that? For a second, I thought I saw it move. It was only the maggots. Was that red paint there? May, wait. Huh? What's wrong? I can't explain why, but I better go in alone. Alone? To talk to Grandma? Why? It's okay. I'll tell her you're safe. Please. Oh, okay, if you say so. I'll just wait here. Fuck me, I guess. I said no visitors! Leave me alone! Why are you just sitting there? What do you want? Why was the mask calling my name? You're the one from before. All those months ago. Why didn't I recognize you? Feels like a lifetime ago. That day, you said it was calling my name over and over. Why? I'd never heard anything like it before, even when you were searching for Emiko. Who's Emiko? I forget. That's right, so you know that as well. For now, though, I have a feeling this memory will slip away, like sand through my fingers as soon as I leave. Heh, I can't tell if I'm figuring something out or going crazy. Little bit of both. So it was true after all. When you came, I saw it too. A memory of a time past, or maybe it hasn't happened yet. I don't know what to call it. Where you knew about Emiko, and all I'd done to try and save her. You took Mai with you? In my time with the mask, nothing ever happened like that before. Something profound is happening. Something that concerns all of us. How do I make it stop? I cannot tell you why the Divine chose you. But sometimes the only way forward is to submit. What does that mean? Every time I try to do what I want, I get more confused. If I would have submitted, your granddaughter would be dead now. What if repeating this over and over is what it wants? Only time will tell. Please leave May out of this. She deserves a chance at a normal life. I think that ship has sailed. I can't. She has to help me. It's the only way. Because Mai always came with me. That never changes. I'm sorry. What? It's acting like I've played through this multiple times, but I haven't, so I'm very confused. Ito, are you alright? What were you and Grandma talking about? I don't remember. What? Don't remember? I mean, it was nothing important. I told her that we needed to go visit your brother. And she agreed. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Let's get going. Wait, what? Is that my neck? Oh, it's very pink. I have a very pink neck. Oh, I gotta talk to this guy to leave. Whoa, whoa, where do you think you're going? May and I are leaving. What of it? Oh, well, you can't. I got a call from May's grandmother, and she says she's having health issues. So she has to... Ugh. There's some sort of conspiracy trying to keep her in this town. What the hell? I didn't ask what they were. Wouldn't want to be caught fainting on my shift again. It must be pretty bad if she called. Maya's an adult. Her grandmother can't keep her here. Let's go. No, you don't understand. You're not going anywhere. Let's avoid violence for now. But if I have to... Let's go kill your grandmother. Go away! You just told her to come back! Do I have to use violence? Ugh. Good thing I'm wearing gloves. This better work. Wait, what? You gonna throw it in his face? What's the plan here? Show dead bird. Oh, it'll make him faint. Oh my god. I told you about the blood, and blood's not really my thing. You see the germs in the wall. Oh, okay. I'm dizzy. I'm a little dizzy. Just going to. Oh. Just put the dead bird on his face, so when he wakes up, he faints again. Oh dear, did he just faint? Sure looks like it. He'll be fine. Let's gonna move on. Ah, Shadow Man. T-shop. My, pretend to buy octopus balls and give them to me, because he won't let me have any more. Sorry, I never forget a customer's face, and you already have the satisfied expression of someone who's eaten my food already. But Mai is new. She can buy them for me, right? God damn it, it's so strict. I want more octopus balls. Mai, what are you doing here? Did she make you come? It's not like that, Takashi. It was my idea. I asked her to come talk with you, but you sent her away. This woman almost got you killed. I saved her! You expect me to cooperate with her? Surely, if you need to talk to me, you can come yourself. My sister doesn't need to be involved. No. If I came alone, you just evade all my questions like you always do. Besides, there's something I need you to see. See what? What are you talking about? Yeah. Where'd you get that? Put it away. So you do know what it is. Just straight up show him the mask. I knew you were hiding something from me. That's not true. I wasn't hiding it. It's not something you ever needed to know about. Besides, why is she carrying it in the first place? Wait, don't change the subject. This isn't about Aito. May, I understand that you're upset with me. We should talk about this another time. Furthermore, that mask has nothing to do with you. You're wrong. Back in April, when May was held at knife point by another girl, it was this mask she was after. The mask your family is connected to. Looking for it? I suppose I've been a fool to think I could keep the truth of our family's past away from you. The past? Does this have something to do with Mom and Dad? Yes, and so much more. I first saw that mask when I was a child, before you were born. The truth is, it belonged to a cult called the Kamenkai, of which our parents were members. A cult? You're kidding. How'd your parents get mixed up in that? I know how it sounds. I find it hard to believe myself. They were a group led by a guru named Tokumasa, who promised a simpler life away from the hypocrisy and falseness of city life. Our parents both had master's degrees, and my mother was on her way to earning her PhD. They chose to give up their lives and their careers to follow some mystic and live on a compound instead. The Common Kai were one of many such groups back then. I was a child and didn't understand, but thinking about how our parents were deceived and what they put me and Mai through, it's unforgivable. The mask was on the compound, but for what purpose or what they believed it could do, I don't know. Do you think there are any members of the Common Kai left who know? No, you see, there are no surviving members. They died, all of them, including our parents, especially our parents. I'm sorry, I don't remember much about it. One night, Grandma came into the room where we were sleeping, saying we had to go. The compound was in the woods, so it was dark and I could barely see, but she kept charging forward with May in her arms and me dragging behind. When we were back in Tokyo several days later, Grandma told me that our parents were dead. She didn't seem sad. It was as if she expected it. The government censored much of what happened, so I was never able to learn how they died. Me and Grandma didn't speak of it. Ignoring it was as if my childhood and everything that happened in those woods was all a bad dream. If it weren't for her, we'd probably be dead with our parents, but ignoring it couldn't erase the anger I felt towards them. I wonder if they even cared that what might happen to us. As a high schooler, I spent more time trying to find out about the Common Kai than I did studying. I thought that if I could understand what my parents so willingly gave up their lives and abandoned us, I'd stop feeling so betrayed. But I was wrong. Nothing I found gave me any peace. Mom and Dad died as part of some cult? I don't believe it. It's true. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I guess that in hiding it from you, I was able to hide away my feelings as well. I think for Grandma it was too painful to talk about. I believe she took possession of a shrine in order to live a simpler life. We had to keep it secret. There's no way we could live a normal life with the stigma of the Common Kai attached to us. I suppose keeping that secret hurt us both dearly. For me, pursuing kendo gave me some measure of control over my life again. But Grandma, who made a choice to leave her only daughter behind, she's always seemed to carry the guilt of it with her. She started going out at night, babbling about how she was looking for Mom. When she'd come home, she would have a rotten stink on her clothes. I was too scared to confront her, so I tipped off the police. They found her wandering in the sewers holding nothing but the mask, the same one from the cult compound all those years before, and the one you hold now. I was shocked when they gave it to me. I hadn't seen it for so long, and all the unpleasant memories from my past came flooding back. That was when I decided to leave Kamakura. It was the only way I could move on with my life. It doesn't account for how the mask ended up with your grandmother in the first place. I don't know how she got it. It seemingly appeared out of thin air. Or maybe someone gave it to her. She never said. I left the mask with her. It always made me uneasy. It had a strange aura about it. Wait, Grandma was looking for Mom? In the sewers? I don't remember any of this. You were in the dorms at your school at the time. Grandma's strange behavior was part of why I insisted on you going to those private schools away from Kamakura. I couldn't drag you into the madness of our past. We parted ways without ever speaking of it. She was much better by the time you returned to Kamakura. Detective, what exactly is it that you're looking for? Surely our family's history isn't of use to you. I assume you've heard about what happened to my partner. This mask was there again when he died. It's more than an ornament. I need to know where it came from. If that's true, then I want to help. Your partner, he seemed like a nice person. No, Mai. You've helped plenty. I have to do this on my own. Haito is right. I apologize for not telling you all this sooner. But you can't be involved in something so dangerous. I already thought I'd lost you that day at the shrine. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you now. Alright. Thank you for finally telling me the truth, Takashi. I'll head back for now. I hope you remember that I'm your sister. I may not remember the same things you do, but we're still family. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for your help, Mai. You're right, Mai. I'll come visit you soon. Looks like she's gone. Mai's not here. There's no need to be coy. No doubt taking possession of that mask has taken its toll on you. Even in the brief time I was in contact with it, I felt an immense darkness behind it. I had strange dreams. I saw things I never would have dreamed up on my own. There was always an unusual air about it that I couldn't stand to be around. Maybe lying to Maya again makes me a hypocrite. All I know is I don't want her getting hurt. But like you said, I don't believe that mask is simply wood and paint. Though I doubt anyone else would believe us. No one ever did, except for one man. On this street, there's an old tea shop. Perhaps you saw it on the way in. An old historian named Yusahisa is there occasionally. He was the only one who ever acknowledged what I said about the mask as truth. If you're looking for information on the mask, he may be the best person to ask. I never pursued the topic with him, but I speak with him occasionally on other topics. His mind is a vault of valuable information. Well, hopefully he can shed some light on what it really is. I hope so. But please, detective, be careful. Oh, now you freaking care. What the hell? Okay. Come in, Ayami. Have a seat and make yourself comfortable. We have much to discuss. The last time I listened to your story about the common kind and the mask bearer, I ignored the fact that a simple historian would have no way of knowing about any of it. I guess I had other concerns. It seemed so convenient that the answer to all my problems was so close by that I didn't question it. There's only one way you could know all that you do. You were there. I suppose one might consider me part of the corruption the Kamikai were trying so hard to contain. A being that slipped into your world from the other side. I doubt that term would be appropriate anymore. Being amongst the mortality of your kind has irreversibly changed the shape of our minds. Was it true? All that stuff about a girl in the ruins of Kamakura and the old Kamikai? Was it another trick to keep me moving? What is she talking about? Did I miss, I felt like I missed, an entire chapter. I had no reason to lie. Admittedly, I left out a key moment in that story. The ending. Chikako Shichigo was my friend. Well, maybe friend is an appropriate term for it. I respected her. We'd often debate whether the mankind she was tasked to preserve was worth saving. I think over time she grew to love and hate her own kind in equal fashion. Listen to me ranting away again. Why'd she remain the mask bearer if she hated humanity so much? Perhaps she felt they weren't using the second chance she'd given them. It's a great burden to be the mask bearer, to sacrifice your own humanity and stand vigil at the door. What were the Kamikai so desperate to protect us from, really? You told me before it was to protect men from abusing a divine power. Now it sounds like the other way around, like she was trying to stop something. To stand vigil at the door is to be neither human nor God. To stop both from interfering with one another. Mankind stops at nothing to conquer the world, and the world wants nothing more than to restore the balance mankind has disrupted. Sounds like a battle that can't be won to me. I don't think that winning is the goal. Don't you see how much potential mankind has? If it would just let go of its ephemeral desires and need for conquest. You're asking me? My years in the forest taught me mankind is a long way to go. So what happened to her? At some point she stopped being the mask bearer, right? A story for another time. First, there's something you must do for me, or have you forgotten? Yeah, I remember. You mean the magazine you had me get the first time I was here. Why? What is happening? What's the point of doing it if you already know the outcome? Because that is how our conversation continues. That's how it has always been. I'm a slave to the course of events as much as you are. And you'll tell me everything? Yes, I'll tell you how the story ends. Fine, I'll be back soon. I'm very confused. I gotta find a magazine. Wait, what? Oh god. You. The old tea shop next door. Isn't that place closed down? Closed? That can't be right. What else do you know about it? Pure conjecture on this one, but I think it might be owned by that kendo instructor from the dojo down the street on account of him being the only one I ever see in there. You might not believe me, but I swear I saw him in there chatting away to himself. Possibly, he's a little nuts. Then again, it might be some super awesome kendo meditation technique. Oh man, why didn't I think of that before? Next time I ought to ask him for some pointers instead of spying on him, eh? Word through the grapevine is that he's a regional champion or something. That is, and has trained some of the best. Lots of cops trained with him too, so he must be good. Maybe he's not so crazy after all. Speaking of which, I have a bit of a crazy question for you. I know you say it was closed, but do you know anything about a book taken from there? Maybe recently? I was led to believe you would. What? Oh geez. Go on. Like I said, the place has been empty for years, but you know, I spend a lot of time outside it, and half the time the door is wide open. So one day, a few months back, I decided to take a look around. Nothing suspicious or anything. I was just curious is all. Cough. Curiously killed the cat. Curiosity killed the cat, right? Anyway, it was all dusty and old, and there were all sorts of weird stuff laying around. So I might have taken a little souvenir. I mean, it wasn't super old or nothing, so I figured no one would miss it. Besides, it wasn't for me. It was for my kid brother. That guy can get deep in the dumps sometimes, so I try to be on standby for when that happens, you know? So I figured a little gift would cheer him up. And back then he was going through some particularly tough times. His bitch wife, pardon my language, miss, had left him and taken their kid daughter with her. He still doesn't talk about it, like he's in denial or something. Whoops, got off track again. I was heading to visit him with the ill-gotten book when I got this phone call saying he was in the hospital. He OD'd on expensive sake and sleeping pills. Geez, sorry, dude. Thank God that idiot decided to do it at the bar he owns with the door unlocked. Customer came in and called an ambulance. If it weren't for that, I'm not sure he'd still be here. It's quite a story. Sounds to me like he wanted to be found. Yeah, I think so too. I think he was trying to ask for help in his own way. In that case, I took the book to him while he was in the hospital. Tried to show him that even when he was at his lowest, there was someone out there trying to do something nice for him, you know? I think it helped. For a minute, anyhow. As soon as the doctors let him leave, he went right back to that toxic little bar. Hope he's okay. He's got issues, but he's my little brother, and I worry about him. Is his brother the bartender at that other place? He's not been answering my phone calls lately. Originally, my brother's bitch ex-wife, sorry again, had the brilliant idea to put his skill to work in a cheap part of town. Despite that, he's holding on to it with everything he's got. The place is slowly bankrupting him, but he won't let it go. All he has to do is sign some paper and move on, but he can't. Something about it has its claws sink deep into him. I've been trying to get him to join me in my business for years. He's a great chef, and we can make a killing. Maybe it's not the same as owning a whole bar. Serving passers-by and getting some sunshine is good for the soul. Plus, food stands are doing really well, I hear. Much better than wasting away in Shinjuku at any rate. Shinjuku? Yeah, a slimy little side street. Anyway, if that book is important to you, he's probably still got it at his place. You want the address? Wait, I knew you looked familiar. Your brother's Daiso, right? You know him? Small world. It was probably the smile on my face that threw you off. Tell him his brother Haruto says hi. While you're at it, tell him that Tokiyaki stands are still the future of cuisine. And to get his butt over here. Ha ha. I'll do that. Thanks for all your help. Give me octopus balls. You know, I made a lot of cops when I set up here. There's two things I've noticed. One, they are octo-fiends. Two, they are persistent. Damn it. Hi, Yami. How can I help you today? Hey, Daiso. How are things? Oh, hey. You know, same old, same old. Funny thing, I met your brother while I was in Asakusa today. Haruto? You met Haruto? What are the chances? Yeah. Pretty high if there's only like 12 characters in the game. Who knows? Maybe it was preordained. Huh? Who'd have thought? So is he still selling takoyaki at his stand? Did he say anything? He is. He said to remind you that takoyaki stands are the future cuisine, and that you should go and help him. Ha! Yeah, you talked to Haruto alright. Always the optimist, that guy. I actually have a favor to ask you. You still have the book your brother gave you a few months ago? Ha! The only thing that guy gives me is headaches. Not sure if I can help you, Yami. He said he gave it to you when you were in the hospital. Oh, why? Well, what makes you think I was in the hospital? I don't even go to the hospital for checkups, huh? Besides, that adult's bringing me stuff all the time. Always trying to drag me kicking and screaming over to where the grass is greener. This would have been more recently. After a rough patch. He was stupid to come and ask. Oh, no. No, it's fine. Ugh, that idiot. Always running his mouth. Freaking traitor. Those were just some, hard times. Nothing serious. I just drank too much is all. Well, I'm sorry, Detective. But I don't want to talk about it. Alright, understood. I'm not here to dig up bad memories, Daiso. Thanks. You said you were looking for a book, right? Truth is, I don't remember a book. I do remember Haruto giving me an old magazine, though, back in the hospital. It was one of the ones I used to read when I was younger, when things weren't quite so complicated. Wait there a second. I may have it in the storeroom still. Dang it. Sorry, Ayami, hold on a sec. Amazing how much junk someone accumulates over the years. Maybe I should throw some of this old stuff out, huh? Here it is. Okay. That's kinda useful. It's yours, Detective. Hey, no wonder I recognize that photo you brought by. It's the same girl. An idol named Ruby. Reina. No, Ruby. See, it says it right there on the cover. Pretty crazy that it was still in my shop. Guess that means you're still looking for her. Yeah, I wonder why we keep running into each other. Must be fate. I don't buy it. You're a hell of a detective. You must have a pretty sharp nose. If you say so, Daiso. You mind if I take this? Like I said, it's yours. About time I started getting rid of some of my old junk. Thank you. See you around, Ayami. Take care, Daiso. We got you, you dumb magazine. Welcome back, Detective. Reina, the last mask bearer, poor thing. She had no idea what was being done to her. Nor did the new Kamen led by Tokamasa know what they had done. Not truly. You promised me an end to the story. Well, let's hear it. Yes, it's not a happy one, I'm afraid. After a time, Shinjijo began to forget himself. The immortality the mask granted separated her from her memories of being human. The being she was tasked to protect seemed increasingly alien to her. Constantly bombarded with the whispers of her dead brethren, and the kami whose words she could not possibly understand, she went mad. Her hatred and sorrow turned to bloodlust, sacrificing new souls to sustain the mask and the dark for a while longer. The girl I knew had eroded away. She became a monster. The last spark of her humanity only emerged in her final act. Ugh. One day, in order to destroy herself, she donned the mask and entered the door. There was only a brief window afterwards for the mask to get a new master and retain control over the dark. But there was no one. The dark no longer had a master, and so it began to feed on the hatred of mankind, leaking back into our world in return. By the time Tokamasa found the mask, strange creatures had begun to manifest. The energy within the dark has been mixing with that of this world, and something has been born. It's been growing in the dark. Not a kami or a man, but something new. The rain is binding the mask to the mask slowed its growth. She lacks the will to resist what is coming. Of that I'm certain. Huh? It wasn't the endings in Shijijo's story you promised me, is it? It's my own. You knew. You always knew. From the moment I set foot in here, you knew what was in store for me. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. As I said, it's not a happy ending. You expect me to accept that? You abandon everything and become some scarecrow in the dark? You see now what the dark is and what it's capable of. Have I? I don't think I have. Imagine that darkness spreading through the world, corrupting all it touches. Only you can stop it. But it is a choice. I cannot force you. The collector said resisting was the only way to stay human and free. Stay free. It's true. Going against the flow might grant you a measure of peace, but it will not make you free. It would await you as already come to pass. Eventually, you will accept it. But at least for now, the choice is yours. Honestly starting to think I screwed up by selecting New Game Plus whenever I got that bad ending, and it assumes I did the normal story. I'm actually very worried about that. I guess I'll just keep going. But at least for now, the choice is yours. Forget or continue? Oh God. I kind of want to forget. I don't want this. I want to be me a little longer. It's alright, child. Experience the possibilities of the time you have left a little longer. Till we meet again.